drummer here with Santa Cruz Drum Club. We have the awesome, magnificent Jim Payne with us here over at the Kuumbwa Jazz Center. We're here with another drum clinic put together by awesome drum studios, Dalluge Drum Studios, Zack Olsen Drum Studios, Santa Cruz Drum Club. Jim, tell us what's going on today.
Today, well, wow, we had this great clinic, and we had, I don't know, a dozen drummers, we had a dozen drum sets. It was fantastic. You know, to see the different ranges of people, different ages, and the different abilities, and to try to sort of say, well, hey, you know, we all have what we can do. We should be confident about doing it, and it's not all that hard, but you got to practice for sure, as I'm sure you guys all know. But to see that range of people out there working at the drums, I mean, wow, that makes me happy. You know,
yes.
I'm in a room full of drummers that want to get better. You know, it's like, wow, that's great.
Yes, most definitely. So we have another series of questions graciously donated by Zack Olsen Drum Studios. So let's get to it, shall we? Okay. First question. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the question that you wish you had been asked at a drum clinic but have not yet?
Well, I've been asked a lot of questions. You know, if I got asked a question like how do I get to play like Tony Williams, or how do I get to play like Bernard Purdie, you know, I'd like to get that one, because it just shows like that some people think that it's magic, you know, or some people think that somehow Bernard Purdie was born with, you know, his ability, you know, and that's not, well, I don't know if it's obvious, but that's not true, you know. So to get to one of those levels, it's just a matter of going up a staircase, you know. It's one step at a time, and just try to, like, you know, encourage people in that way, that to get to a far mountain, you know, a high mountain, you have to start at the bottom and you have to go step by step. And it's not, you know, if you keep at it, it's all about persistence, you know. If you keep at it, you'll get there, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, right on. Okay, so next question. All pros need excellent tools for the job, I would say. Why do you choose the companies that you work with, that you endorse?
Okay, that's great. I'm glad you asked that. Well, first of all, with the drum heads, Remo, you know, they've been around for a long time. It's kind of like the gold standard of drum heads. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of different innovations with drum heads, and Remo is right there. They're like their bass drum head, whatever it is, the Pro 3 is like the kind of standard. Because, you know, in terms of the muffling of the bass drum, the snare heads, I've been using them forever. Ambassador snare, I mean, the top head and ambassador snare, that's like,
yeah,
you know, everybody. I'm actually down now into using diplomats on the toms to get more, the lighter head, to get more resilience. But they, you know, they're kind of the head, you know, for me. And the sticks, the Vater, I got into them, you know, I don't know, about 6 or 7 years ago. Really, you know, out of Boston, perfectly straight. I use the 8As, maple, sugar maple. And, you know, it's about what you want. You know, of course, you got to get your right thickness, and there's so many different kinds. But they've been really great, and they're really perfect. You know, I mean, it used to be, you know, sticks back in the day. Whatever you get a box of sticks at the store, and you start rolling them on the table, and they would all go boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
You know, you remember that?
Well, I mean, that was a little bit before my time, but my dad complained about it. My dad's a drummer too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So. You know, and now they feel good. They're perfect. You know, Vater's great. They've been great to me. Paiste, I've been with forever and ever. When I was touring Europe a lot, you know, they're based in Switzerland, and they have, you know, innovated their cymbals. You know, they're fanatics. You know, and I really like the clean sound that they get. There's all, you know, different types of. They have a new line now that I'm anxious to try out, but the hi-hats. In funk, you know, the hi-hats are so important, you know? And they have like this crisp sound on their hi-hats that I adore, you know. So I love Paiste. They have been great with me. And then recently I got it with DW, and recently, maybe, you know, 5 years now. And you know, what more do you want? I mean, they're American made, and they are fanatics as well, you know, in terms of the shells, and everything works and everything is solid. And you know, those drummer things that you think about, like where you want to bring out the legs on the bass drum. I need a drum key to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like and so DW, no, they got a thing. They got the thing already there. You don't need any drum key. You know,
Right.
It's like drummers, you know, those little things that make it really, really nice. And so I mean, DW drums, you can't go wrong with them. I mean, they have all different sizes and everything. But you know, I like the jazz shells, and they're great for funk too.
Yeah.
You know, so
Absolutely.
God bless these people. I mean, they're out there hustling and working hard, and they're musicians. You know, so
Right.
I'm very lucky.
Instruments for musicians by musicians.
Yeah, that's it.
True story. My first cymbal was a Paiste 302. Next question. What is the number one piece of advice that you would not recommend to give? Like for a drummer, like what would you recommend to not do? Like,
Not do?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is not hold on too tight. Like,
Right.
And get into this whole like athletic approach of playing as fast as possible, and like with your hands like going like that.
Right.
You'll burn out.
Right.
First of all, and you'll get tendonitis, and you'll get I don't want to mention that our drummers, famous drummers who have gotten really hurt by that. When it hurts, stop. When you're practicing or whatever you're practicing, it hurts. I'm gonna go play through it. No, stop. It's more about kind of trying to get the feel of the music of what you're doing into your body, and more of a kind of a movement, a dance type of a thing, loose. Loose. When you see like Elvin Jones, it's like he's hardly even holding. There's all these techniques about this and that, and all this is. But when you're playing a set and you're not playing a snare drum, you're like this. I mean, Elvin was hardly even. You don't need any real hard grip. So I would say, try to loosen up.
Right. Right.
You need. One of my teachers, Henry Adler, really famous guy in New York. He's not with us anymore, but he published a ton of books. He said you don't need to be a gorilla when you play the drums, but you need to be a gorilla right here.
Right.
That's the muscle that you're developing, and so I thought that was great advice.
And that's how you're able to be so flexible, be so light, is because it's only gorilla in one spot.
Yeah. And you gorilla and then you let go.
Yeah.
It's like you grasp and you let go. It's like so. But when you grasp and hold on, then the tension's going up here, and the sound isn't even that good.
Right. So next question. What are you currently working on in your playing? Is there any techniques or any kind of things that you're kind of because as a musician, we're always learning. We're always we're always growing. We're always being able to take things that we hear and adapt it to the things that we do, not just our music, but in our lifestyles. We see certain people that we were like, man, that guy, that's a cool cat. I kind of think, that's, something, I definitely had drummers rub off on me. What do you got cooking for 2020?
Right now, it's my School of Funk,
School
which
of Funk.
I've been working on for several years, which is a program, sort of intermediate drummers. It's a website, it's a subscription model, it's like $29.95 a month.
Can you give them the web address so they can look for
the
it?
web address is www.funkydrummer.com.
Right.
In one word, funkydrummer.com. I've had that for a long time, and now it's transformed. It really looks like I had the whole thing done kind of like the Berklee model. I teach it online at Berklee School of Music in Boston. So you get the information, you get the videos, you get the pictures of the artists, you get the sample songs, and then I have a bunch of tracks that I've put together. It's a comprehensive program. I've been doing this a long time, and so I'm really happy about this School of Funk, and we just launched it about a week ago, and starting to get some nice response. I got some response from China, from Asia, different places around the world, and I'm really working hard on that. You also get some one-on-one interaction with me on that. And you check it out on the website, and you can see sample videos, sample lessons. You can get the whole thing, So the School of Funk is what I'm doing this year.
Outstanding. Jim, thank you so much for spending time with us. We look forward to seeing you in the clinic. he exudes a coolness, just a relaxed, just state about drumming. His big advice being that drummers should not be so tight with their grips and just kind of be loose, you know, citing Elvin Jones as an example of a drummer that is just looks like he's just doing it effortless. Jim Payne, right here just a minute ago, is just fantastic. He's a great guy. It is all about passing down that knowledge that he's acquired over the years and handing it down to, you know, any students or anybody that just has an eager mind for funk, for drumming just in general. I want to give a big shout out again to Kuumbwa Jazz Center for hosting the drum clinic. We want to say big shout out to Jim Payne again, and all his wonderful sponsors, and DW and Paiste and Vater. And we want to say thanks to Zack Olsen Drum Studio. We want to say a special thanks to Dalluge Drum Studio. We want to say a big shout out again to Santa Cruz Drum Club. Santa Cruz is a very big community of drummers, and I think that having these awesome clinics kind of just cements that as a strong statement that we love our drummers, we love drumming, that we have a great community of them here that are willing to reach out and to, you know, network and socialize at these kind of things. You bump into people that you haven't seen in a couple of months. Maybe you've seen them at a show just the other day. I just ran into Will from Supernaut. I just saw them last night. Awesome show. Just want to say, just real quick, to check out what I'm up to on social media, facebook.com/DaveTheDrummer831, The Cohesion, facebook.com/The Cohesion SC. You can always see what I'm up to on my social media. Take care. Blue Justice.